yeah, ultimately it's, I think, well, Hiroshima kind of summarizes peace to me actually.
That definitely promoting alliances and learning from each other, other countries learning from each other.
Well, I was in the army.
Oh, okay.
It's mandatory service in Israel. So we have a lot of alarms and rockets, and yeah. And there are a lot of problems other than the war, inside of the country with the government and with different kinds of people in the country. So showing people that we are people as well, and we want to live in peace.
Which country are you from?
I'm from England.
From England?
Yeah, from the UK, yeah.
Did you go to the museum?
Yes, I went there yesterday, yeah. Sorry, the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday I went to the Torii Gate. Miyajima, that's the one.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was beautiful. We hiked, me and my friend hiked to the top. We hiked up and we got the ropeway down. Yeah, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's like one of the symbols of Japan, isn't it? The Torii Gates there.
Yes. So this is your first visit to Hiroshima?
Yes.
Why did you choose to come to Hiroshima?
I mean, obviously because of the history I came here. I wanted to kind of learn more about the city, but equally I wanted to kind of see the different culture here and the different food, try the oysters. Yeah, and I've really enjoyed it. I've spent 2 nights here, but here feels, calm. So I like that.
What was the impression of Hiroshima before coming?
I didn't really have an impression. Obviously, everyone here hears about the atomic bomb and the history around that, but I guess nobody really imagines. Everyone knows back home that it's a modern city, it's thriving and lots of, obviously the rebuildings all happened and everything's quite modern, but seeing the dome and everything and the kind of lots of memorials in this park is really very poignant, very beautiful to see actually.
What did you feel after you visited the memorial?
Well, it was very obviously emotive, very shocking. It was quite busy, I must admit, so it was good to put your earbuds in and try and drown out some of the noise because you need to focus on the messages, I think. But I enjoyed the exhibits a lot. I thought they were very well put together. Yeah, I think it's one place where everyone needs to come and not just do nice tourist things when they come to Japan, to actually see some of the darker side, because it's important that we learn from the past, I think.
After you visit them, how do you think we can make the world more peaceful?
I think education's obviously key. People need to know about the horrors of the past, and I think the best way is to come to places like this. Really, it makes it stay in your mind. Yeah.
What is peace to you?
Oh, that's a very deep question. I'm not quite sure, really. Obviously, peace is a state of calmness, without conflict, without people fighting. Really, to me, is peace. Ultimately, it's, I think, well, Hiroshima kind of summarizes peace to me, actually. It has quite a different feeling, actually, to a lot of cities. I think it just, everyone's obviously conscious of the past, but equally it feels like it's really moving forward very fast. And
do you agree or disagree with nuclear countries keep having their weapons?
It's a difficult one. I mean, I feel like they're kind of inevitable, actually. If people have that knowledge, then there's always going to be some countries with them. So the whole principle of nuclear deterrent is that countries have them and hopefully never have to use them. So obviously UK's in the group of countries with nuclear weapons. In an ideal world we wouldn't have to have them, but when we look at the conflicts going on around the world at the moment with Russia and Putin and Ukraine and things. I think for me, given that, countries will always have them, we just need to be extremely, mindful of them and make sure that we hopefully never have to use them. I think we shouldn't just see nuclear as bad because it has medical uses as well. So I think if we can channel that kind of nuclear expertise into those kind of areas, that would obviously be the preferable thing going forward.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
The United States.
Yeah.
United States.
California.
California.
California. Oh, this is your first visit to Japan?
Third.
Yeah, the
Third
third time.
time.
Yes.
Oh, why did you choose to come to Hiroshima?
Well, just the history. I
history.
wanted to come and see everything here and everything that is like just in the area, the park and everything here. So
Okay.
I think more or less like the cultural significance and what had happened in history. I think it's so impactful.
Yeah.
So being able to see that in person is like crazy. Yeah.
Do you have any impression of Hiroshima before coming?
I think just I'm trying to think like how pretty it is. The park, how you guys like memorialized this
Yeah.
area after something bad had happened and in history. So it's just like paying the homage and the respect is
yeah,
incredible.
and moving
yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
rebuilding, moving forward. So it seems
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
I think also to just not define Hiroshima as for what had happened, but there are so many other things here that you can go do and see. It's not just, a bomb site.
Yeah.
It's so much more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's really cool to see that. And we watch a lot of YouTubers like showcase things outside of this, which makes it a really nice city. I wish we spent more time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think we can make the world more peaceful?
I think just like hopefully like working together, just as everyone should be working together, work for this common goal. Every country should be looking out for just working together. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think just like allies more or less than enemies. I
Yeah.
think that like definitely promoting alliances and learning from each other, like other countries learning from each other, because Japan, of course, is just so far in the future. I mean, the United States can learn so much from y'all, and I think it'd be really cool to see that if, we partnered
Yeah,
more in the future.
Yeah. Do you agree or disagree with nuclear-armed countries keep having their weapons?
That's a hard one because I think I'm more on the side of disagree because of violence, but I kind of also understand why. I think it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of right in the middle, neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, kind of similar, neutral on the topic, but I don't believe they should be used. I don't think they should be used in any, from the history of this place to knowing what the outcomes are. I don't think they should be used for anything moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you for your
Hopefully it's
time.
enough. Of course.
Where you guys from?
I'm from New York. We're both from New York.
Both from
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
This is your first visit to Japan?
No, we came here
Last year,
Last
October.
year. Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah, and then this time we came back with friends who wanted to go. Well, who they're somewhere around here.
Somewhere
This is our
over here.
first
Yeah.
time in Hiroshima, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you choose to come to Hiroshima this time?
I think this was kind of something that I had always wanted to see kind of the memorial.
Pay respects.
It's to pay respects, yeah, to kind of see everything like firsthand. Yeah.
Did you go to the museum already?
We're actually heading there
Heading there.
shortly. Yeah.
Did you see the atomic
The dome?
The dome,
Yeah.
yeah. We just came from there.
Ah,
yeah, which
okay.
was
Yeah.
it was very sobering to see. Yeah, it was very emotional.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Did you learn about Hiroshima at school?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
What kind of thing?
Just about like the war and then the bombing and all that stuff. Kind of very the facts.
What was your impression of Hiroshima before coming?
I mean, I knew that it was a beautiful city now, and that a lot of it has been kind of really grown, and I know it's become like kind of one of the major centers, and I think it was before as well.
And now you're here now, and what do you think?
So we're still exploring, but I absolutely love the city so far. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Do you think the world is now peaceful?
Unfortunately not. No. No.
Why do you think?
Unfortunately not. I mean, I think it's because everybody has, we forget that there's not different people. We're all the same.
We're people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Forget we're humans.
Exactly. Everybody wants the same thing. Like if you take two people who are fighting and sit them down across from each other, everybody wants, to be healthy, to be happy, to have family, to be heard. Yeah, everybody wants the same exact thing, and because of that, there's no differences between us. No matter what sides. Like over there's the memorial to prayer for peace. And it's the same thing that anybody in the United States would want. For their children to be happy. For their children to have a future. And I think the sooner that we can realize that, we could stop fighting so much. There's no differences.
The problem, I think, is that no one is listening. What this makes us do, or made us do, is to listen. We hear it, and we hope that the world does too. So,
How do you think we can make the world more peaceful?
I think we need to start. It's an obvious answer, but I think we need to start listening more and actually start talking to each other more, because I think we tend to have like these stories in our heads about other people and about other things and all that, but when we let go of those stories, what's left? It's the person that's in front of you.
I also think empathy goes a long way. Understanding each other's, or trying to understand each other's feelings would go a long way. We don't need to fully understand. It's just, like you said, listening and trying to hear what the other person has to say, what they feel, would help each other out. But hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully.
Do you agree or disagree with nuclear armed countries keep having their weapons?
Oh, I think it's the worst thing ever made. Like ever made. It's I think it's just continuing to just build and build, and the fact that any single country, like no matter who it is, that has the ability to just destroy so many people just like that is just awful. Like I think every country should just completely just get rid of them completely. Yeah.
No humans should be above another human. We're all the same.
Yeah.
What is peace to you?
Huh. That's a deep question. I think peace goes back to that listening. The fact that we have to listen to each other. And it doesn't mean that we're all going to be happy all the time. Or that we're all going to not have fighting anymore. But I think it means that we listen so that way we can stop those conflicts before they kind of escalate. Yeah.
Yeah, like understanding, coexisting, I think, is a start. Again, empathizing with each other would go a long way. I think that would be a start to something peaceful. Just like you said, listening, knowing that we're all the same at the end of the day. We are here we are dealing with the same things as one another, and we just need to understand that. So.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, where you guys from?
From Australia. Yeah.
From Australia.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Why did you choose to come to Hiroshima this time?
Because it's the first time for both of us. We kind of just wanted to
Check out
see
the-
as much as we could first time around, and then decide if we were going to come back, which I definitely am. I'm not sure if you're going to.
No, for sure.
Where we'd like to focus on when we come back and spend a little bit more time, because I think one day here is probably a bit short. I think there's a lot more to see in Hiroshima.
We really wanted to check out the memorials and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that was a big, like pretty important to see, like for a first timer as well.
What was your impression about Hiroshima?
Not really. I think
Yeah, I didn't expect the city to be so big. It's kind of a big city. You don't really, from an outsider's point of view, I don't know, you expect Tokyo to be the kind of biggest city there is, but this is pretty big as well.
that's kind of got us with each of the cities we've been to, is that we get there, we get into the city a little bit, and we think it's really small, and then we start walking around, start exploring, and realise that they're all huge.
What did you feel after you visit the memorial museum? There?
It's tough because we did the Nagasaki ones yesterday.
Yesterday.
So doing them back to back is quite a lot. It's heavy. There's definitely moments in our history with horrible things that happen, but it's nothing to this scale. And you look at the city, you look at the people, you'd never know that something like that had ever happened before. So I think that's probably the biggest contrast for me, is going in, seeing that, seeing all the photos, reading what people say, what they experienced, and then coming back out, and it's beautiful, and it's like nothing's happened. It's very enlightening to see like how resilient a group of people can be, especially after something like that.
We've never had like a city that's stalled and like never like stopped developing. So we've just developed like since it's been there. So to see like what's happened and then see where it is now is incredible. But also, it's very eye-opening, confronting as well.
Do you think the world is peaceful now?
It's hard to say yes, given the amount of conflict that's going on at the moment. So we're very lucky that we're in the region that we are, because we're quite far away from where a lot of the sort of violence that's going on at the moment is. Even here, there's been no it's been very peaceful. Everyone's very respectful. It's very quiet.
Yeah, there's a baseline morality here. I think that's why everyone's been so kind and gentle towards us as foreigners.
How do you think we can make the world more peaceful?
Oh boy, that's a huge question. I don't know. It's hard to see things just stopping instantly and everyone being peaceful straight away. It's very much a long-term sort of thing that would have to be looked at. I really do think that, and there was a tiny little bit about it at Nagasaki, the denuclearization. That's a huge thing that I think needs to be a focus. And I think seeing Nagasaki's stuff yesterday and this today, it really has cemented that sort of idea in my mind, that there's no place for weapons like that.
Yeah.
There never was, there never will be, and especially right now, with how much more powerful they would be right now, there's no conceivable space or time that something like that should ever be used. So I think that would be a good step. I don't think you're ever truly going to get rid of conflict or war. It's just the way the world works, but I think that would be at least a step in the right direction.
Just keep your morality in check and think of others. That's basically how I put it.
Yeah.
Keep your faith as well. Stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah. What is peace to you?
Peace, surrounding yourself with the things you love, friends, family. Just a world without,
a place without people feeding off each other, like crime and.
Okay. Thank you so much.
How'd we do?
Where are you from?
I'm from Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
Are you planning to go to the Memorial Museum?
Yeah, definitely. That's why we came here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to spend 2 days here and just see the area. Yeah.
Did you know about Hiroshima before coming?
Yeah, I don't know as much. I only heard about it because also we study a lot about World War II in school. Yeah, about the Holocaust and the war. So we learned about it, but hopefully I will learn much more in these 2 days.
By the way, how old are you?
23.
23. In Israel, are you working or are you studying
Well,
at university?
I was in the army.
Oh, okay.
It's it's mandatory service in Israel. So I've been to the army for 2 years and then I went traveling.
Oh, okay. How was it? What was
It's
your experience?
Well, it's a big question. It was a bit complicated. Yeah, some good things, so some not that great things. I met a lot of great people there. Yeah, but it's a complicated situation. And
I see. How do you think we can make the world more peaceful?
I think that meeting other people and breaking boundaries, because a lot of boundaries in our head that makes people enemies and not enemies. And if you meet people, you see that we're all just people and there's nothing to fight about and don't have to hate certain group of people. If people will love each other more, the world is going to be a better place.
When do you feel happy at most?
When I'm traveling.
Traveling.
When I'm with my family, with my friends, when I meet new people.
Do you think Japan traveling will influence your life?
I think so. Yeah, I've seen such a different place than my home, and every time you see a different place and different people and different cultures, first of all it makes you appreciate your culture and makes you be open to new experiences and new people, and yeah, it just broadens your mind. Yeah.
I'm just curious, but what is the life in Israel?
Well, it's hard at the moment. My house is in the north, where a lot of the fighting is going on at the moment. So we have a lot of alarms and rockets, and there are a lot of problems other than the war, inside of the country with the government and with different kinds of people in the country. So and it's not easy. The whole situation is so complicated and difficult, but also I feel very, very grateful and thankful for being able to travel and being here. And
You have to evacuate or something.
yeah, a lot of my friends are evacuated at the moment because they live closer to the border. But my house has a shelter, has a bomb shelter, so every time there's an alarm, we just go in there.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels so peaceful here. But yeah, remembering that happens back home, it's very big contrast.
Yeah. What do you think you can do to make that situation more peaceful or better?
And you see a lot of things on news and in the media that are very one-sided, and I think that a lot of people tend to not see one side of the story, and sometimes people get really hateful towards Israelis, showing people that like, we are people as well, and we want to live in peace, and we're not bad people. I think that helps. I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your
Thank you.
time. Thank you.